I'll just refresh those things. I'll just give you a complete list of some items what we have gone through until these particular days, and these particular parts are basically yes. Until now, we have gone through the many different aspects, many different things, and got an idea of the. We got a good exposure with the LMS Android Studio, and inside the Android Studio, how we gonna debug the errors, how we gonna build some layouts or screens. We gone through many such aspects, and we understood the fundamentals of Kotlin, and we have gone with the second difficulty level of. We gone with the more next version of the Kotlin fundamentals. And of course, we have built some interactive apps over there. Like first, we have just built some UI apps showing with only particular single screens. Then moving further, you have built an app which helps with also implemented a new feature, adding a button over there. Which gives you idea how to add a button over there and how the button works. So you have gone through many such aspects over there, and yeah, yesterday you have did the a different part, a different section of in the LMS or in the Android Studio, that is building a scrollable list, that you have already built how scrollable list works and how you could change your app icon. So yeah, this all the things give you a good idea or a better exposure for your major projects app. When you're building an app in the Android Studio, which will be considered as your major project app, in that part, you could have used all these particular parts in those areas. If you're like, for example, you're building in such an app, so now you want to implement a button to an app, so that you could have implement the button for your apps. You could have given you have so like see you have an idea how to add a button, how it works. So now when you are building an app, there will be no such difficulties for you, because you already got with the idea how to do that thing and how it works. So you could have done it easily while you are building the app. And exactly the same thing moving with the next parts of it, building the scrollable list also. When you're adding many things in your dashboards of any app you're building, you could have had many such different like you could have a different parts of things to the list what we have discussed yesterday, and you could have changed your best test. You could have give whatever you want the icons app over it. We have all looked into these many major aspects. Now we are going with the session 12, that is building a beautiful apps part 1. Yeah, and session 12 and 13 is basically continuation of it. I'll just first go with it. As you can see in the session 12 part 1, there have been given the 3 code labs, whereas yes, whereas in the part 2 of building beautiful apps, that is session 13, they have given the 2 code labs. So basically we have to majorly concentrate on the session 12 of the 3 code labs, because the continuation of it next, the 13th session code labs is all about the practice parts for you. It is no such kind of doing exactly the same thing. I could see in the videos that they have given over here. It is all for your practice purpose, what you have built in the session 12 code labs. So majorly in the today's session, we'll concentrate on session 12 code labs. The session 13 code labs is all you can do a practice on your own. And again, before starting session 12, I'm repeating the same thing what I have been discussed with you yesterday. All about the session 12, 13, what you have doing right now. Yeah, previously also you without any help, you only built your own apps, dice roller, birthday card, a business card. But still, I have been explained you how it gonna look, how you wanna change some codes in the Android Studio, what are all the major factors you have to build. I have been given a better idea for or good exposure for you to do that. But now, as you got a good idea on it, so now we will not gonna go in depth of the what I am saying in the yesterday session. What you looked into, I have just explained orally, not by doing any practical works, by presenting you like Android Studio, and I'm not doing any coding parts over there because it's all depends on your part now. It's all the thing you have to do on your own. Only the 5% knowledge of it can be given from my side, and the remaining 95% you have to explore it, you have to research it, you have to build it on your own. If you're getting some of the mistakes, then you have to research how you should resolve on it, how you could have recome on it, how you could overcome that errors, or how you should debug it. Because as I said to you earlier, like in the previous when you're going to build your major projects, or when you're going to build your apps, so in that time we will not be able to help you with the all single aspects. You have to overcome all those things. The only thing is we'll just review your works, we'll just give you some better ideas, that's it. Instead of that, every single aspect is to be done from your side. Is that clear for everyone? So from now itself, I'm saying that you have to do on your own. You have to give your 90% of your work on it. I'll just come up with the 5 or 10% explanation for you. So yes, now we'll start the today's part. Yeah, basically the today's sessions is also all about the oral part, but you have to do some of the things in the Android Studio. You have to come up with those things. We are going with the session 12, the first code lab, that is material theming with the Jetpack Compose. Yes, we are going with the first code lab, that is the material theming with the Jetpack Compose. Yes, as you can see over here, it is a very good topic where you can know that we could have see some better explanations and understandings over here. Again, I'm repeating, I'll just go with the oral parts. I'll just explain the theoretical part. The remaining, the things, the coding parts, it should all be done from your side itself. Yeah. Moving with the app overview. Uh, Sorry. Yes, you could have seen they have been mentioned over here. In this code lab, you create a whole app that displays a list of dog and uses some material design to create a beautiful app experience. So you're gonna look, your app should gonna look like this. See, they have been created a app name called with the wolf, and they have given a major list of dogs name. As you yesterday, all you build the scrollable list. It's also the same thing to build the lists of many different aspects to your app. What you're gonna look over it. I'll just explain you what are all the major key factors. And until now, what are all the sessions like we have completed until the session 11? You would have just looking for only in the code labs. You are just looking with the major key aspects which is given over there. You are not seeing every different types of multiples of different aspects in one code lab. Now, the beauty of the session 12 code labs is you could have see different major parts in only one particular code lab. As you can see over here in the left panel, you could have see how to add a color, shape, typography, top bar. You could have see they have given a major multiple things in just one particular code lab over here. These all are the different parts. As you can see, adding color is different, shape is different, typography is different, top bar is different. So yes, this is the beauty of the session 12 code labs. So yes, moving further, yeah. Before you begin, like before we begin, yeah, the things you're gonna look is you should know the Kotlin basics. Yeah, we know that, and you have to understand the composable functions, and how Android Studio works. can understand the UI, basic UI elements, text columns, the rows, and etc. Yeah, and moreover, it prepares you with the knowledge required to understand material design concepts in the compose over there. Yeah, coming to the app overview, as I said you earlier, they have given, look over here, they have given some color combinations of the apps over there. They have given some many color palettes for both the light and dark theme while you creating those things. That you can see, they have given a major multiple parts for the white and the back, so the light and the back theme over here, dark theme over there. Could have seen they have given the light scheme color aspects for here. You could have seen major colors, and also the dark dark scheme color aspects for both. As you can see, light and the dark. They have the different color aspects over there. Where you could have seen, this is the style where you could have used in the, this is basically called as a typography, where you could have seen the styles you can use in your app. You can see they have given major aspects of type role, font weight, size. As we are looking off, you could have seen in the type role, they have been mentioned over the major aspects. Display should be like large or the medium and small body large. And the font, obviously, the font's style, what you can go with, and the font weight. Yeah, we have the look into the font weight in the previous, I guess, yeah, in the previous meets we have gone with the font weight. We have given the font weight as a bold, so that yeah, I guess in the creating the business card app, we have used the font to get a bold version of it. And yeah, size, everyone knows it. And yeah, you could have see over here, they have just given some codes over here where you have to modify the codes, you have to create it, you have to edit the code. So this is today, in the today session, I'll not explain every single particular lines of codes, because from today you have to understand what are all the changes you have to make to your code, and what are all the things you have to implement into your code. So yeah, when you what the app you're gonna build, and how the final UI will look like, means you have to just take a reference of it. And usually, basically, it shows a sample layout, as you can see over here. And also, you can compare different before and after theming comparison. As I said, you right, theming comparison. You can have check over it, and the purpose of doing this thing is to understand why theming is important before implementing it. Yeah, this is gonna be understanding this part. Next, moving to the next slide, that is starter code. You can get the starter code over here, and they have given some information, instructions over here. But are just looking over it, and they have also given how you can ensure your emulator or device, whether it is in a light, in a dark theme. You could have just you could have just follow the given instructions. What you can see over here, go to the settings app on the devices, and search the dark theme, click on it. If the dark theme is on, switch it off. Yeah, you could have just go with all these instructions and do it. Now, adding a color, coming to the major part, adding a color, where you can see over here, basically the color is a major concept of it. Yeah, adding color is a best to look the UI of your app more colorful, more professional. So without colors, it will be like totally a null, totally a blind spot. So color is a better way to add some of it. You can see over here, they have given some best they have given some codes over here of the colors. You could have look over here, what are all the codes and how it's gonna pick. They have, yeah, they have again mentioned all about the light theme and dark theme. And you should see, you have to create all these things. You have to create a color.kt file, and you have to replace with these codes. I have given instructions over here, and you have to open the theme kt file, and you had to add the below code of the colors over here. As I said earlier, I'm not going to explain each and every single line of it. I'll just brief you what is the importance of it. So by doing this, what you're going to learn. And uh, what section teaches the color system in the material design? What is the purpose of it? In jet compass, how it works? I'll just explain these typical aspects. Rather than that, they're all given the instructions so that you could have do it on your own. Yeah. Coming to the color, basically this helps you to color system in the material designs, and also where the material designs you can use it in the primary color, secondary color, background color, surface color. You could have used many different color paths over there. And also for moving it, I'll just show you the images over it. First, first thing, see now. First, by using some code lines, they have created a app. They have created an app over here. You could have see over here. There is no. Yes, where you can see over here, there is no spacing. There is no header footers over here. There is no padding spaces. There is no, yeah, as you can say, there is no shape for it. There is no top bar for it. There is no typography for it. They have just created a different dog names with the years of it, with the ages. They have just created a different dog names with adding images, just using the codes and the above part. Next, moving to next, modifying some codes. Now, as you can see, sorry, as you can see over here, now they have added a, yes, sorry, yeah. Now for the wolf preview, they have given a card composables over there, just to look like, as you can see now over here, for every different dogs, the cards has been aligned over there. But as you can see, we have no spacing for every each dog uh, things over there. There is completely attached for everything. There is no the spacing between it. There is no looking good on it. It's like completely having a one complete background with different images. So we have to regenerate it by using these codes. As you can see now, after adding some padding space, as you can see now, they have been given some padding space over here. They have been mentioned now. You could have look over here. Now all the different the dog's name with the name, and the dog with the name, and the age, what you can see over here, it has been separated, and now it's looking good, and moreover it has been given a particular layout for each and every things on it. Now it has a good section area after editing the codes over here. This is all the things you have to concentrate on your own. You have to look into what are all the lines you're gonna change over it, what are all the things you have to change to get this preview, and make sure while building this app, you have to look into what is you have to just verify your emulator part with the given image, whether you are going with the correct flow or whether you're going with the wrong flow. You have to check it. You have to look into it properly. Then you have to move further parts. Yes. Now they have been from the light theme. They have going with the dark theme. So they have been modified the code with the wolf dark theme preview. Yeah, they have been adding a new function called dark theme preview, where you could have see your emulator or the thing app you have built. Instead, if, before it was light, now they have been added with the dark theme. Yes, and so they have given the instruction of how to dark, how to view your dark theme on your devices or emulator. Just look into this, and you could have completed. Yeah, and they have given the differences on it. how it gonna look like without color, with color with the light theme, and with color with the dark theme. Yeah. Before adding the color, there was like no separate boxes for it, no separate layouts for it. It was just only the clean white image for the background. While after adding the color, you have got an best background for it with different layouts for different dogs on it, and they have given with the dark theme for it. Now, they are adding the dynamic color. They have adding the dynamic color. So they are calling the function of the dynamic color for the contents or composable. So as you can see, the color has been changed for when they have been given the dynamic color. I'm repeating again. Please make sure that when you're working on or when you're building your app, what you're looking, make sure that you are going with the right direction or building the exact thing. Check it once. You just make sure that um, like keep both works what you're doing with the two different tabs so that you could have check it easily whether it's going with the correct flow or not. Next, moving for the next part, that is adding a shape. Yeah. See, this is the thing what you're gonna change your app and how it gonna look like we can say it as how you can change your particular single layouts. I'm talking only about the single layouts. What you prefer with the layouts, or what you prefer with that particular row of your name of the dogs what we have built it. See, they have given the round shaped corner for the dp of 0 dp. See, this is the basically this is the normal. Just a second. Yeah. As you can see with the 0 dp, with the layout or the box, you could have seen with the normal references without any shape over it. You could have just see the zero part. Then while coming to the 25 dp, the edges of it has been curved over here. This makes a better professional compared to the previous one. And while giving the 50 dp, now it's gonna look completely the fully curved shape over here. The previous 25 dp was just like a curved shapes of the cut parts. Now you could have seen these things as, yeah, this is the exact thing what you're gonna mention over there. They have mentioned with all the top left, top right, bottom right. They have mentioned every single every single uh, mention what are all the heights or what are all the weight of it should be get. They have been mentioned for every different parts of it, the top, bottom, top right, bottom right, as you can see over there. Yeah, exactly the same thing. Now they have been added up with that part, giving a small round corner shape with a 50 dp, as you could have see over here, right? Now they have been added with the shape of a called 50 dp. Now you could have see over here, it's been the shape of it's been changed to the different size of it. The shape of it's been changed to the different size of it. And as you have to check it, the code parts, you have to work on it. And now as you can see over here, the icon what you're looking, what you're looking, the icons of the images of the dog were quite in the different images in the different shapes. So now they have been modified the dog icon. As you can see, they have been modified the dog icon over here. They have been changed the size of the dog icon to the different shape of it. They have been changed over it. So you can see now the wolf preview, the icons are the circular. Now as you can see, every icons of the image are now circular. Yeah. Now they have been adding the shape, or they have been giving the shape items for the every corners. Now as you can see, the layouts of every sets of the card has been changed on it. And They have been made a comparison over it. See, without shaping, it was just with the curves of corner edge, and after with the shaping, the top top right corner and top sorry, top left corner and the bottom right corner shape has been changed to the sharp edge with the left bottom corner and top right corner with the curved shape. After adding shaping, they have just given some differences over it. You should have observed all these particular single aspects while you're building over it. Next, moving to the typography. As you can see, you have to do this all these things on your own, and you have to edit those code parts. I just say you what is the benefits of type. As you can see, as I said you earlier, the the pattern of the text what you are giving, or we could have called it as a font size. Moreover, the bold of the font, whether you should have a weight of the font, whether it's a bold or having a normal font with the not adding a bold part. So yes, as they have also given, after you have to do all the such coding parts on your own. You have to look into over here. They have given the with typography and without, oh, sorry, without typography and with the typography over here. You can see over the difference on it. The names of it were not the weight of the names is not such an cleared aspects. Both the ears and the names look same similar, while adding with topography, the weight of the names has been changed to the bold format. And basically you can use the typography to design, or it basically defines the material design. For example, you can style headlines and body text styles. You could have labeled styles, and there is a font weights, font size. Yeah, you could have do all of these things in the typography. Typography is just defines you the material design. As I said, you where you could have seen many aspects. You could have changed many things: headline styles, body text styles, label styles, font weights, font size. You could have come across this many major aspects on it. And also, the major purpose of it to maintain the readable and consistent text styling across the app. Yeah, this is the major purpose to it, to maintain some consistent text styling for your app. Next, moving to the next part, that is a top bar. Yeah. Now, until this, we have just, as you can see, until this, we have just made it some typography. We have added some cards for it. We have added some shapes to it for every layouts. And now we have to make some top bar heading. We have to give some heading with adding a top bar for our app. So now we are adding a top bar called Wolf top bar. In this part, as you can see, there is a three different aspects. For the top bar, they have been added an image, text, oof, and the row with the card part with the layout they have been added. And of course, the coding parts is on your side. You have to do it. As you can see, without the oof top bar, it looked like this. Then after doing the all coding parts, after looking at, then you have to see the oof top bar. As you can see right here, the oof top bar over there. Yes, they have been given over here for every code labs. You can check it over there. At the last of the code or the last of the part, they will give differences of it without and with, before changing and after changing. You could have see over here. You could have just looked into some single particular aspects, and you're gonna build on it. You see without adding top bar and after adding the top bar, you should see oof, and with many different talks names with the layouts, these things, and they have been given with a dark theme. So this is the solution code. You can go with this. So yes, in this part we have gone through many different beautiful things, that how we should, sorry, how we should add a colors to it. Before adding color, it was just a plain white background theme. Then after adding color, how it was looking, and how we can change from the dark theme to light theme. And also moving to the next, how we added a, before adding shape, it was just a plain part. After adding the shapes for every single layouts, then how it was looking, and how what are all what are all the dps, what are all the heights, bottom right corner, left corner, what are all the sizes we have given to those particular objects, focusing on it. And giving a typography where we added majorly focused on giving some weightage of for the fonts and the styles. And yeah, at the last we have added the top bar section to look the more precise and having some better content at the top of your app. So we looked into these major aspects in the material theming with the jet compose. Until this, I guess this is clear for everyone. Until this, I guess this is clear for everyone, right? Yes. Oh, yeah. Moving to the next code lab, that is simple animation with the jet compose. Yeah, before we begin, yeah, that's the same thing. What we discussed here, we'll just move directly to the part. So this was the app overview, which was built in the previous section. This was the app overview. Yes. Now adding a expanded more icon to it. Yes, for every particular layout, the dog's name, we would just look into those layouts with the boxes and what are all the things we build. Now we have to add a drop down, or we could have a drop down menu, or we could have call it as a expanded more icon, where while clicking on it, it should describe the, it should define more parts on it. You could have looked into over here, and they have given some such a coding parts, again repeating the same thing. Coding part is all on your side. You have to work on it while you creating, while you given all the coding things. Majorly you have to see, they have given first they have mentioned the doc information. And also for the expanded button, for the expanded button, when you click on the expand button, they have been mentioned also. When you click on the expanded button, it should go with the two things, the dog name and the dog age. When you click on, so they have done in such a way that now you could have see there is a expanded button for every single layouts over here. The expanded button is added for every single layouts with the added dog's name and age, and they have been mentioned over there in the search aspects for the button. And what kind like they have added a drop down menu or expanded menu in this part by modifying some codes over it to get a more brief explanation on those particular dogs, while you could have see just the dog's name and the age at the top of it. So they have been they have been made an idea of adding a drop down menu in this section, whereas it helps you to where in this section you look into how you can add an arrow, expand more or expand less, and place it inside a card or a row. And also it where you can use a toggle button to it. Yeah. And basically these icons improve the user interaction clarity. This is the major part. And also it indicates the hidden content. As you can see in some of the things, we should not display we should not display every part, every particular theory. We should just highlight the major points, and we should have keep it all hidden, keep all hidden theories inside some aspects over there. You have to just keep the hidden part. When you click on any drop down section or expanding menu, then you could have looked the next versions or the total content of the summary. You should have just majorly mentioned or focus on the major heading. So they are keeping it. And these introduce the click handling and interactive UI elements. Next, moving to further, that is adding composable to display hobby. Yeah, as you can see, until now they have just now first part they have been added drop down menus over here. Now the thing is adding a text content that is to display the hobby of the dog. To display the hobby of it. When you click on the drop down menu, it should give a message or it should display the hobby of the dog on it. So they have been edited a code over here. They have called a function called dog hobby over it. They call modifier the column exactly to align the center part. And as it is, they have calling the text because to call it as a sorry, yeah, the text just to give it as a prominent function over there. Yes, they have been made some changes on it. Now you could have look over here. When you click on the drop down menu, when you click on the drop down or expanding icon on it, then it should display the hobby of the dog. So this is how you're gonna create. When you click on the expanding menu, it should display the hobby of the dog on it. Next, moving further, yes, show or hide the hobby on button click. So in this major part, we are going to add a major part that is this helps you to when you click on the see, as you can see, they have given a video preview over here where you could have see. Now you have to make sure that it should work in a two different ways. When you have click on the button, it should show. When you again click on the button, it should hide. You have to make a such a way that it should act in a two different ways. So for this part, you have to work on the code which they have been given over here. That they have been mentioned start, top, and the end of the bottoms. You should have work on it, and you could have look over here, right? When you click on it, see they have been given a part over here for every single dog. So when they click on the drop down menu, it displays the hobby of it. Again, when they click on it again, it hides the hobbies of it. So this they have gonna explain in this part. Adding the animation now. Could have see they have given some major differences of how you can add uh, animations to your app. Yes, you can see they have given the different ratios of stiffness level over here. You could have see right. They have given different damping ratios and stiffness levels, high bounce, no bounce, high stiffness, very low stiffness. Where you could have see high bounce usually refers with the bounces rebounds very highly. Then no bounce when it's spring back, it will it will stick on, it will stick it. There will be no again reflect on it, reflect over it. When it comes to the high stiffness, it's just moving quickly when it's been springed over it. Then coming to the very low stiffness, it's gonna be like elaborate, or it's gonna be move with the very slow part on it. Then you have to make some additional coded lines over here where yeah, you can run your app over it. You could have see after doing it, you have to check out the preview in the design pane, and you use the interactive mode or run. And when you when you run your app on emulator, you should see a spring animation in action. Yeah, now you could have see the spring animation in action, where as you can see in the previous part, when you click on the see when you click on the what the we can call it as like when you click on the expand menu or the drop down menu, it was just popping it out, and it was just showing the message, and it was just closing. After adding animation, you should see the small difference, major difference. Now it's been elaborating, it's been closing very give with the animation part. So this explained with the adding animation. and this is optional. You can if you want, you can do it on your own. This is optional, as it's been adding a different animation with other animation. This part is optional for you. And yeah, they have been given solution code. So yeah, this concludes with the second part that we have discussed in, like, how animation gonna look like and how it's gonna work. Now moving to the third code lab of the session 12. We'll just start up with a bit. They have been given some instructions over it. Look it properly and just do the all the installation process that have been given over here. Now they're using the oof with the talkback. See, this is basically they have given just for uh, just for to, like, adding the bond or interaction between the oof that you have built. This is just for the texting part. This is you could have just do it on your own. This is not a mandatory thing, but yeah, you should not leave it. Just you should go with this part also. If I tell it's not mandatory, then you should not leave it. You should look into it and you should check what is it and how it's gonna look like. Now, the fifth and sixth code lab, these two code labs are of part of the session 13, but it is all about just it is all about the practice sessions. So as you build a dog with their names, hobbies, drop down menu, and animation exactly, you could have built on your own. They have built a superhero app over here exactly like that. What you have built in the previous part, you could have just built it on your own. This is for your practice part. See, as you can see over here, right? This you could have do it on your own. This is the practice sessions for you. And exactly the last sessions in the LMS platform, that is 13 session code lab of the last code lab, is you could have create a better app with all. Now until what we have did, they have just given with it in a one single shot over here. You could have look into it. They have just give all the things, what is the animation, what are the things, and how it's gonna look like, and you have to build your app. So basically, in the session 12 code labs, there you have to measure. See, if you are now expertise in these three code labs, the session 12 code labs, the material theming, simple animation, testing for accessibility is secondary. But if you expertise in those code labs, material theming and simple animation, then you could have just easily practice on your own by completing the session 13 code lab. So today we have completed all the sessions. We have completed uh, two sessions where, as I said you, the 13th and the fifth and sixth code lab is on the 13th session. It is just practice part, so you can do it on your own. So the today's task will be for you is you have to complete the session 12 and 13 with the code lab, as we discussed, while building simple animations and what you can see over here, simple animations and material theming. You should have built those things. And today's task for you is to complete both the code labs of session 12 and 13 with the to-do task, that is the lab, and the ADK task of both session 12 and 13. So in the tomorrow session, I want everyone to complete until session 12 and 13. And moreover, we know we have rushed it very fastly in the last week and this week. So no need of worry. There will be given you a additional day to complete your session. So I guess like you have to complete tomorrow itself. Those who are still at the session 9, 10, for those I'm saying, the Thursday will be the deadline for you to complete all the particular sessions with the labs, or what you call it as the labs and the ADK tasks. So for everyone, today's task will be like you have to complete session 12 and 13 with code labs and ADK tasks and also the labs. Is that clear for everyone? Yes. So yes, we are done with today's session. Thank you one and all. It was a good sessions today with you. So yeah, and also before winding up today's session, I'm reminding you once again there will be a dedicated queries or doubt solving sessions for you in the doubt solving sessions for you uh, at 4:30 p.m. From today onwards. There will be daily doubt solving sessions for you at 4:30 p.m. It is all on your side. It's like if you come, if there is a lots of doubt for every, and the link is the same link what you are using to join the meetings daily 11 a.m. meetings. It is the same link to join the 4:30 p.m. doubt solving sessions, and 4:30 p.m. doubt solving sessions is all about on your side. If so many students have a major many doubts, then it will take a time to complete on it. If you're having less queries or less doubts, then it will be finish it off in a shorter time. If you're having less doubts, and it will be completed in just 15 or 20 minutes, maximum 30 minutes. If you have more doubts, then it will be move on to the 1 hour, 1.5 hour. It's all on your side. So yes, we'll meet up in the evening session, that is 4:30 p.m. and we'll complete those things. We'll ask you the yes. Then and one more thing that is yes, and one more thing that is the what are all the tasks which will be given to you, that will be not asked to you to show complete by this end of the day itself. The 4:30 p.m. what we call, it's just for your queries or a resolving sessions. The task will be you should submit in the next coming day, which will be the 11 a.m. The only 4:30 p.m. sessions is only to clarify that all the doubts and all the tasks over here. So thank you one and all. In the tomorrow session at 11 a.m. So all of you complete those two sessions, the 12 and 13, and we'll meet up in today's evening meet at 4:30 p.m. to address your doubts over there. So thank you one and all. Have a good day.